Hi Jude. Please, how can I deal with loneliness? I think I need a boyfriend. Sometimes I feel so sad because everyone around me has someone they can lean on. I feel so alone. What should I do?
Hi Sandra. Well, this is what I think. Learn these 3 tips to overcoming the feeling of loneliness.
Please. Tell me.
Firstly, you must understand that, relying on someone to give you the comfort and peace you ought to give yourself is already setting yourself up for a heartbreak and disappointment. You automatically become a leech to other people, hence a burden to them, and you risk getting used by people who won't value you. And it's because you don't value your own self. You don't think you're good enough for your own self. People with such mentalities are toxic to those around them.
Yes, I think you're right. So what must I do? I want to be happy.
See, you must first understand that it is wrong to think people cannot also contribute to your happiness. I mean, that's why it is said that no man is an island. We were made to live with each other and help each other. So in this world of people who hate, people who are filled with rage, jealousy, and vandalism, there will always be someone who can put a smile on your face. So what I am saying is, there is a level of peace and self-satisfaction that can only come from within. No one can give it to you. It comes with self-appreciation and paying attention to your own strengths and values rather than paying attention just to your flaws. So you don't need a boyfriend to get rid of the feeling of loneliness and boredom. You need yourself. But there are other things that can help. Number 1. Find a hobby. If all you do daily is browse the internet for anything fun, or lay in bed and sulk, or spend time with friends that only remind you of what depresses you, you can't be better. You must find a hobby. Something that can help you express yourself and help you enjoy your own company. Number 2. Find a passion. You must set goals and achieve them. That can help boost up your level of self-confidence at every level of success. Set daily, weekly, monthly and even yearly visions for yourself. That way you can even be selective with the kind of people you keep around you. This will keep you busy and help take away boredom, hence loneliness. Finally, number 3. Find good friends. Some emotions do not help with loneliness, I bet you. Like the emotional attachment with a lover. That doesn't help, but the emotions shared with a true friend who loves you as much as you love them is priceless. Find a true friend or friends who understand you, who are supportive, who are helpful and who can get you off that bed of sorrow. Dress you up and make you do things that you will probably regret. Try these 3 things and I believe it will greatly help. When you are comfortable with being alone and yet not lonely, you will be a better partner in every relationship.
Thank you very much, Jude Wonders. I will do just that, and I am sure my life will change.
Yes, you're right. Every emotion can change if you change the environment that stirs up these emotions.
Hi Jude. Please, how can I deal with loneliness? I think I need a boyfriend. Sometimes I feel so sad because everyone around me has someone they can lean on. I feel so alone. What should I do?
Hi Sandra. Well, this is what I think. Learn these 3 tips to overcoming the feeling of loneliness.
Please tell me.
Firstly, you must understand that, relying on some comfort and peace you ought to give yourself is already setting yourself up for a heartbreak and disappointment. You automatically become a leech to other people, hence a burden to them, and you risk getting used by people who won't.
All right, we're talking on dealing with loneliness, the feeling of loneliness. And sometimes that feeling it's depressing and it's traumatizing. It's depressing and it's traumatizing. So I wanted to do a reaction on the video which I did a couple of months ago on how to handle loneliness and how to manage loneliness. And so we'll talk a little bit on it and explore. All right, let's get to it. Let's see. All right.
Hi Jude. Please, how can I deal with loneliness? I think I need a boyfriend. Sometimes I feel so sad because everyone around me has someone they can lean on. I feel so alone. What should I do?
Hi Sandra. Well, this is what I think. Learn these 3 tips to overcoming the feeling of loneliness.
Please tell me.
All right, in this video, I gave 3 tips. In this video, I gave 3 tips that can help in overcoming the feeling of loneliness, or let me say managing the feeling of loneliness. Sometimes at every point in our life, sometimes we feel lonely and we feel like we need somebody to give us that emotional company, that emotional satisfaction. And I believe every one of us at every age group and levels of life, at some point we get to feel like we need it also. We get to feel like we need it also, and so we get to feel alone. And so let's look at the tips which I gave here. I gave 3 tips on how to manage loneliness, how to deal with the feeling of loneliness.
Firstly, you must understand that relying on someone to give you the comfort and peace you ought to give yourself is already setting yourself up for a heartbreak and disappointment.
Okay, the first thing I said was you cannot afford to rely on somebody. Yes, that was the first thing I said. You cannot really afford to rely on somebody to give you the emotional comfort and the satisfaction that you need to give yourself. There's a level of joy. There's a level of joy, there's a level of peace, there's a level of satisfaction that can come only from you, that you can give yourself. And so you must learn to enjoy your own company. You must learn to be a fan of yourself, love yourself, and you should be able to keep yourself company. You should be able to keep yourself company. I think if you're not able to do that, it's really going to be a problem. It's really going to be a problem. And it says if you expect that
to other people, hence a burden to them, and
from somebody else, if you expect that feeling that you have to give yourself, that fulfillment you have to give yourself, if you expect it from somebody else, then you're setting yourself up already for a heartbreak and for a disappointment. What was the next thing?
To give yourself is already setting yourself up for a heartbreak and disappointment. You automatically become a leech to other people, hence a burden to them, and you risk getting used by people who won't value you. And it's because you don't value your own self. You don't think you're good enough for your own self. People with such mentalities are toxic to those around them.
Yes, I think you're right. So what must...
Yeah, people with such mentalities are toxic to those who are around them. What mentality is the mentality that it's mostly the mentality that I cannot be happy without A or B. I cannot be happy without this person in my life. The moment you start seeing yourself like that, like you start thinking to yourself, you cannot be happy without the presence of another person or a group of people in your life, it becomes a problem. Why? Because there is a base happiness level that only you can give yourself. And if you don't give yourself that same level of satisfaction and happiness and gladness, that's the peace that is coming from within, and a certain level of comfort from within that is just to you, and then it's going to be a problem. You become a leech. A leech, that's you just lean on other people to give to you that emotional comfort, that emotional satisfaction. You keep relying on other people to give it to you, and you become a burden. You become a burden to those around you. You become a burden to those around you. Yeah. What else did I say?
I want to be happy.
See, you must first understand that it is wrong to think people cannot also contribute to your happiness. I mean, that's why it is said that no man is an island. We were made to live with each other and help each other. So in this world of people who hate, people who are filled with rage, jealousy, and vandalism, there will always be someone who can put a smile on your face. So what I am saying is, there is a level of peace and self-satisfaction that can only come from within. No one can give it to you. It comes with self-appreciation and paying attention to your own strengths and values rather than paying attention just to your flaws. So you don't need a boyfriend to get rid of the feeling of loneliness and boredom. You need yourself. But there are other things that can help. Number 1. Find a hobby. If all you do daily is browse the internet for anything fun, or lay in bed and sulk, or spend time with friends that only remind you of what depresses you, you can't be better. You must find a hobby. Something that can help you express yourself and help you enjoy your own company. Number 2. Find a passion. You must set goals and achieve them. That can help boost up your level of self-confidence at every level of success. Set daily, weekly, monthly and even yearly visions for yourself.
All right.
That way you can even be selective with the kind of people you keep around you.
I
You
missed
can
the
put a
part
smile
here.
on your
I missed
face.
a very important part
So
here.
what I am saying is, there is a level of peace and self-satisfaction that can only come from within. No one can give it to you. It comes with self-appreciation and paying attention to your own strengths and values rather than paying attention just to your flaws. So you don't need a boyfriend to get rid of the feeling of loneliness and boredom. You need yourself. But there are other things that can help. Number 1. Find a hobby.
All right. I think before we get to this number 1, there is something which I said there which I think is very important. There's something which I said there which I think is very important. I said, as much as there is a certain level of joy and satisfaction that can only come from oneself, there's a certain level of comfort that can only come from oneself. But also, it doesn't mean other people cannot make you happy. No, generally in life, there's always someone who cares about you genuinely. There's always someone who is interested in you genuinely. There's someone who truly is selfless when it comes to you, even if it's just one person. There is someone somewhere, and if you feel like there's nobody, at least Jesus is that person unto you. And so there is that certain level of peace and satisfaction that can come to you. And so I think before we get into the 3 points which I listed there, I think the video already got to the 3 points which I listed there. Let's hear Sambam.
Okay, hi. So let me first start by giving the meaning of loneliness, because I feel like we need to start from there before going to deeper levels and dimensions. So loneliness, according to the dictionary, Oxford language says, it's a sadness because one has no friends or company. So I feel like this generation, we define loneliness as not going out, not being on social media, because you come on social, I feel like social media has a very huge role to play as far as our lives and loneliness is concerned, because we go on, like, let me say, Facebook or TikTok, and we see our friends living their best lives, trending, going out places, and we just feel like, oh, I'm alone in this world, nobody cares about me. Nobody wants to be my friend. But that's not really the case. Now, when we say loneliness is actually there's a state of emotional loneliness. That means you feel lonely emotionally. As for those who, I mean, you want boyfriend, girlfriend, and you're like, oh, nobody's asking me out, and I'm so lonely. You want late night calls, nobody's calling you at night. You want late night texts, nobody's sending you a text message. So you feel like you're lonely. But like Jude earlier said, Christ, Jesus is like, there's no way if you have all these things, and I promise you, like, you don't have the love of Christ, you don't have Christ. Forget it. You will remain lonely. There's a gap that only Him alone can fill. And I'm saying it because I have been there before, and now I am somewhere else. Only Christ alone can fill that gap. Yes, there's a space for material things. There's a space where you need to have money to feel satisfied. There's a space or there's a room where you need to have physical friends. There's a space where you need all the physical attention. You need a lot of the mother, of your parents, of friends, of family. But there's also a space that only Christ alone can fill. There is a fulfillment that you get that only Him can give. And when once you have that, or once you're able to grasp that, trust me, all other things are going to fall in place, because at that time there's no pressure. You're not forcing to belong to a particular group of people. You're not forcing to have friends. The right friends, just comes to you. You don't have to be, oh, like, let me use this example. You can be in a group of friends or in a group of people and you still feel lonely. Why? Okay, let me let me just say, like, a moderate person, and you don't have that much money, and you want to join high class, you want to join the social media trending, pop stars and everything. There's no way that you're going to be in a group of friends like that and you're not going to feel lonely, because your lifestyle is not their lifestyle. What they see or what they are aiming to achieve is not the same thing as what you want to achieve. What you see as happiness is not the same thing that they see as happiness. So there's already that difference. So you can still be amongst people and yet feel lonely. So that's why I said that once you're in Christ and once you have Christ, the right people will automatically come close to you. The right people that you're supposed to mingle with, people that you have the same goals with, people that you have the same ambitions, the same, hobbies, they will just come and then join you, and then discover that all of a sudden the feeling is gone. You're no longer feeling lonely, you're no longer feeling depressed, you're no longer feeling sad, but you're feeling fulfilled and you're feeling happy, you're feeling contented. That's also one thing that causes loneliness. We are not contented. You with what you have. You always want more. You always want. Today have a car, and you're like, no. Tomorrow I want a Range Rover. Tomorrow you have a Range Rover. No, the next day you want something else. Today you buy one slippers. The next day you want 10 slippers automatically. You get a shoe. Somebody gives you a shoe, and the next for that moment you're like, oh, I'm so happy. I'm so excited. And then the next moment you're like, I want more shoes. Please, how will you not feel lonely? How will you not feel like nobody loves you because you feel like they're not giving you what you want? But if you remain contented, if somebody gives you like a slippers, or if you're able to afford a slippers, and you're like, you know what, for now, this is what I can afford, and I'm happy with what I have now. But nevertheless, I'm striving. Like, oh, okay, no problem. So you just feel like, so first, so I would just say, number one, have Christ. Love Christ. Make sure, and when I say love Christ, I don't mean I just go and say go to church. No, make sure you have a personal relationship with Christ. Because there's a difference between I love Jesus and have a personal relationship with Jesus. That relationship is what takes away the loneliness, is what takes away the sadness, it's what takes away the emptiness. So have Christ, have a love of Christ. Make sure you have a relationship. Make sure you talk to Jesus every day. Because that's like one person, when I was so depressed, and I was like, I couldn't talk to anybody. Jesus was there, like late at night when everybody's asleep. I just got on my blanket, I cover my head, I'm like, Father, I know that you were here. And then I will explain my whole life story. And I will explain. And the funny thing is, after I explain, I feel relieved. I feel like somebody actually heard me and somebody is able to answer me. It's not like you go to your friend and you discuss and you're like, and then you live with that same burden, like nothing changes. No, when you talk to Christ, you know that you've spoken to him. The burden, immediately he lifts it up. That's how sometimes I know that my prayers have been answered when I pray, and the burden moves. I know that, oh, okay, Jesus here. So talk to Christ. He will take away, he will fill that gap. Stop depending on other people. Stop looking at other people's happiness and comparing their happiness to your happiness. What necessarily makes me happy, not the same thing that makes you happy. So if I want to look at, for example, let me just use Treasure. She's coming for her own part. If I want to look at Treasure and she's having the best time of her life, and I'm just sitting at home feeling lonely, sad. That necessarily does not mean that she's happy. She doesn't mean that she's fulfilled. People fake it a lot these days. So don't compare your happiness with other people's happiness. Be contented with what you have. Don't try to overdo, to please people, or to be like, oh, I need this thing to make me happy. Be happy with what you have. The little that you have, stay happy with it. And you discover that all of a sudden, you're like, there's no pressure. You're just like, okay, now I can walk slowly. I can walk at my pace to see that I achieve this, so that I have this, so that I am doing this. And for those of us who are emotionally saddened, go to Christ. That's all I can tell you.
All right, that's it about Larissa's point of view. You get it. Happiness with oneself. Happiness with oneself. When you're happy with yourself, you get it. You're happy with who you are. And when then you're feeling sad, what do? See Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. You get it. It's all about Jesus. There is a satisfaction that can only come from Jesus. There is a fulfillment that can only come from Jesus. There are times when there are people who really love you, but they cannot understand. They really love you. They're genuine about it in their heart. They wish they could do anything for you. They wish they could do anything for you, but they cannot understand. And at that point in time, you get to realize that, see, it's only Jesus that can really help you in this point. It's only Jesus that can help in this point. Let's get Trenor's point of view.
Oh, thank you, Raji. Hello. Well, I'll just be throwing more light to what Larissa said. Like, do you ever feel like everyone has someone except you? You feel like people spend time with their loved ones, but you're so left out. Maybe you feel lonely, no boyfriend, no girlfriend. Maybe your spouse doesn't pay attention to you like he or she's supposed to. Or your loved ones live far away. You don't have many friends, they're so too far away. Do you think to yourself, will I be lonely forever? Or why am I always lonely? Maybe these feelings have been building for a long time, and you feel like it's time to get over this loneliness. I feel so lonely. Many people struggle with loneliness because they live by themselves or spend most of the day alone. Others are surrounded by people all day, yet they feel so lonely in the crowd. So it's not about the relationship you have with people or the crowd, like always going out to spend time with people. You might be with people and yet you still feel so lonely. So in both cases, loneliness is caused by a lack of connection, which comes through relationships. A lack of connection, which comes through relationships. We all want to love and be loved. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, the ability to love comes from God Himself. The ability to love comes from God Himself. A compassionate God who cares about you. He cares about your every need. He cares about your heart. He knows your longing to be loved. So that ability to love comes from God alone and not people. There is this song that says, the joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. So that joy that you're so longing for comes from God alone. And when it comes from God, I bet you no one can take it away from you. So no one can take it away from you. So that ability to love comes from God. And once you love, you will never feel lonely because you are in an intimate relationship with God. If you are not able to love God, I bet you won't be able to love any other person. And you won't be able to relate with people around you. So that ability to love comes from God alone. The Bible explains that God is love, and since He created you, God transferred love to us. Like we put it in another way, we love because He loved us first. If He didn't love us first, we wouldn't be able to love. The ability to love won't be there for us. So, but what if there's no one in your life to give or receive the kind of love you're longing for? What if the person you thought was a perfect match to take away your loneliness isn't so perfect after all? That person you thought that was a perfect match for you, like to take away your loneliness, is not that perfect. Finding someone to meet all our needs is futile because no human can fully satisfy our desires. That's true. You didn't hear that. No human can fully satisfy our desires. We are human beings. And, you know, let me say, for example, Valentine's Day. This one gives you, let me say, a t-shirt. And you say, no, I needed shoes instead of a t-shirt. You're not satisfied, though you've been showed love. Someone has given you a t-shirt, but yet you wanted shoes. So no human being can fully satisfy our desires. Only the depth of God's love can fill that empty space in our hearts. The depth of God's love can fill the empty space in your heart. We were created to be in relationship with Him. And without a relationship, we are incomplete. And ultimately, we are lonely. So just throwing more light to what Larissa said. Our first love is found in God. And without a relationship with God, we are not to overcome loneliness. Because, like I earlier said, no human being can fully satisfy our desires. Thank you. Any pass?
Bobby pass. Now really Bobby pass. Anyways, that's it. That's it for Trailer Larissa. That's generally when it comes to loneliness, that sense of feeling bored, feeling always alone, like you need another person, you need somebody. That thing has pushed a lot of people to early relationships and to wrong relationships. That thing has pushed a lot of people to wrong relationships, and it's a big problem. It's a big problem. Uh, one reason is this. One reason is this. You are alone, or you're feeling alone, and then you need that company. You truly need that company. And then at that point in time, you get to settle for anything that is available. You get to then settle for anything that is available, as long as that person is able to give you that comfort, that satisfaction. You settle with it. You're good with it. And it's not supposed to be so. It's not supposed to be so. The moment you really feel lonely and you feel like that's you need more, the moment you feel like you need more than yourself, more than Jesus, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. We're going to get a couple of opinions from other people, but first let's finish this clip.
Do daily is browse the internet for. So in this world of people who hate, people who are filled with rage, jealousy, and vandalism, there will always be someone who can put a smile on your face. So what I am saying is, there is a level of peace and self-satisfaction that can only come from within. No one can give it to you. It comes with self-appreciation and paying attention to your own strengths and values rather than paying attention just to your flaws. So you don't need a boyfriend to get rid of the feeling of loneliness and boredom. You need yourself. But there are other things that can help. Number 1. Find a hobby. If all you do daily is browse the internet for anything fun, or lay in bed and sulk, or spend time with friends that only remind you of what depresses you, you can't be better. You must find a hobby. Something that can help you express yourself and help you enjoy your own company. Number 2. Find a passion. You must set goals and achieve them. That can help boost up your level of self-confidence at every level of success. Set daily, weekly, monthly and even yearly visions for yourself. That way you can even be selective with the kind of people you keep around you. This will keep you busy and help take away boredom, hence loneliness. Finally, number 3. Find good friends. Some emotions do not help with loneliness, I bet you. Like the emotional attachment with a lover. That doesn't help, but the emotions shared with a true friend who loves you as much as you love them is priceless. Find a true friend or friends who understand you, who are supportive, who are helpful and who can get you off that bed of sorrow. Dress you up and make you do things that you will probably regret. Try these 3 things and I believe it will greatly help. When you are comfortable with being alone and yet not lonely, you will be a better partner in every relationship.
Thank you very much, Jude Wonders. I will do just that, and I am sure my life will change.
Yes, you're right. Every emotion can change if you change the environment that stirs up these emotions.
Yeah. I think one of the first things I said was find a hobby. Find something to do. Find something to do. Something that can keep you company, that you love doing. Yes, that you enjoy doing. That can keep you busy. Sometimes when you're idle, sometimes we are confused between idleness and loneliness. Yes, sometimes we just mix those things up. And so we are confused between idleness and loneliness. And it's sometimes a problem. And so to avoid being idle, find a hobby. Find a hobby. Find something to do, something fun. Learn a skill, learn an art, learn go do a talent show or something. Find something that you can work on. Find a project to pursue. Find a project to pursue. It's going to help you as a person. It's going to help you as a person. We're going to get a couple of ideas from other people, and then we come back with the 2 other points of view. 2 other points of view. But that's the first. Find something doing. For me, it was music. For me, it was music. At the start, I think no. For me, the first it was Jesus. Like if I was really to follow the progression right, if I was to follow the progression right, I think the first was, it was Jesus. The first, it was Jesus. Jesus took that place. Jesus took that place in my life. That he filled that void. Jesus filled that void. Jesus filled that void. And so I could rely on him. I could trust his presence in my life. In such a way that most times when I'm bored, I pray. Like when I'm tired, when I feel alone, I pray. And when I pray, I feel the presence of the Holy Spirit, and it's soothing, it's comforting. It's comforting. So that was the first thing. That was the first thing. That was the first thing. I think it was the presence of the Holy Spirit. Let's get a couple of opinions and then we'll come back. Who is this? That's Joy.
Okay.
Let's get some street opinions. Let's get some street opinions. Who is joining the live session now? Who is coming? Who's coming? Who's coming? Who's coming? Hello, hello. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Her network is disturbing. Her network is disturbing. Maybe when her network is stable, she's going to join. I think it's necessary we get many other people's perspectives about this point of loneliness, this point on loneliness. I think it's important. Like I was saying, the first thing is get a hobby, find something. If you're watching and you want to be a part of this live and you want to share with us your opinions, please just drop a comment in the comment section and we will add you up. We will add you up to the link. Have you had an experience with lonely? Have you been lonely, and how did you manage it? How did you manage it? How did you manage it? I think your experience is going to help a couple of people. Larissa, how do you manage loneliness besides Jesus, after Jesus? After Jesus.
After Jesus.
Your experience, have you ever been lonely? How did you handle it?
I've been lonely a lot of times. Like you said, get a hobby, and a hobby. Because at times it's like it's a temporary feeling that you just need something to feel it at the moment. So if you can get something that you really love, not something that you feel that you can do, because it's not going to fill in the gap. Something that you really love doing, that you enjoy doing, then start doing it. I cannot sing like that, but I love music. So I would always listen to a lot of music. I would always go online. That's why I make use of online platforms. Not that people watch things that will not help their future, my generation. I'll probably just be like these talent shows, and I'll just watch people sing, and I'll be like, oh, I want to sing that something. And then usually I will talk to my mother. If you have a parent, most times you expect people to know that you are lonely. How would they know if you don't tell them that's what you're going through? Sometimes you need to share. Sometimes you can, if you have like a mother or an older sister or a brother that you feel like listens and pays attention, you can just focus and be like, you know what, I'm lonely, I'm bored. What can we do? And then from nowhere, like my mother, story gist must ever be. And so for that moment, I just be like, so all this thing was going on, and I don't know. But you didn't ask, you didn't make it seem like you wanted to know or wanted to be part of whatever was going on. So obviously, everybody just keeps their lane. You stay in your room, I stay in my room. How will not be lonely when you have family, you have people that can talk to? But no, you won't be that boyfriend. You won't be that text in the night. You won't be that night calls. You don't want family. You don't want to talk to family. You don't want to interact with family. You just want to be by yourself and be on your phone, go to social media, see what your friends are doing, and then add your depression to the depression that you're already depressed. When you have people around you that really love you and really care for you, but no, you want the outside. That's one thing that also disturbs us. We want far away love. We don't look at people near us. Don't look at our immediate environment. No, you want that boy that's in Douala, and your other brother is there beside you on one bed even, but you cannot talk to him. You cannot share with him. No, you can't share that outside. You are looking for that boy that does not have your time. That's the person that you're looking for to have your time. How will you not feel lonely? How will you not be lonely? You have somebody, you have a mother, you have friends that really care. But somehow, it's not really our fault, but somehow you just feel like, is that other boy, or is that other friend, or is that far away cousin that you need to talk to feel like, oh, I'm important in this family. And you are when you are actually important, but I don't know how it works sometimes, but we neglect in our immediate environment, we neglect the people that are closest to us that we actually need to be interacting with, or actually need to fill up that space. And then we go far away and we're looking for it. And definitely, there's no way that a cousin, a 6th, 7th cousin, will fill up a space that your mother can fill. There's no way that a brother that is somewhere in America will fill up the space that your sister who is on the same bed as you sleep on the same bed, you eat together, you play together, will be able to feel. But we don't want that one. We want that other one, because the other thing, like ordinary, we are going to get something from them, and because you feel like this one, wait till you give me. If I share my problem, if I tell us I need to give me that 10K. If I tell that uncle I need 5K. So we go and we share, and then when we get disappointed, we're like, oh, nobody cares about me. I'm so lonely.
That particular point is very important. It's important to make good use of those who are around you, those who truly matter. Yes, it's important to build up a good relationship with them. I think that was the last point in that video. In that video, that was the last point I made mention of. I said prioritize friendship, that feeling of friendship, that feeling of family, that real love, not the emotional attachment to a boyfriend or to a girlfriend or to, no, like love from family, love from friends, love from people who are genuine towards you. And the most genuine people you can really experience is family. It's true that sometimes family sometimes can betray you. That's true. Family sometimes can betray you, but find those people around you. Like she made mention of experiences like, okay, you can be with your brother in the house and yet people are not talking. You can be with your own mother and you cannot sit and just, some people, you live away from your parents. You live away from your parents, and to text them and just say, how you doing, or call and chit chat is difficult. But you would rather be on a call with a friend who doesn't even care about you much. You rather be on a call talking rubbish for hours than to be on a call with a family member that's really close to you, with a loved one. You see, that feeling, it ruins it. That ruins your life as a person. It ruins your comfort as a person. Treasure. But yeah. I know really who got betrayed.
Like, you cannot trust anybody. Why did you go out to share your problems without sharing it with people that you know that will not betray? Your mother will not betray you, but no, it's that girl, that friend that you have like that you go and share problems with. And then when she go and tell her other friend, her best friend, you just start shooting my friend and told this person. You made the mistake of telling her your problems, not her. Because normally she must use, why would she not use the same thing that she had to manage another person?
Oh yeah.
But nevertheless, there are some friends who are better than family members.
Oh,
You know that.
yes.
There are some friends who are better than family members. I read something that said, a good friend is better than a bad sister. That's what I read somewhere. Yeah, a good friend is better than a bad sister. There are some sisters who can add to your pain. There are some sisters who can add to your pain. I don't know, but there are some who find pleasure when you're hurt. I don't know. I'm just talking out.
Yeah.
So in that moment, if I have a particular friend, I know that friend so well. I know how she is. I know her family. I know she's that kind of person who is conserved just like I am. So I can easily share with her rather than share with
My sister. Is that what there?
Because there are friends, like, let me see, there are sisters who have their own friends too, you understand? Who talk even more than your friends. Yes, so sharing with your sister sometimes she takes it to her friend, but that's when you know you are always with that friend. You are able to share this, and whenever you share with her, you guys always pray about it. So I think that one is better. For me, in particular, how I overcome loneliness is that sometimes I feel lonely and I know it's just for a moment. So at that moment, I know the reason why I'm lonely is because maybe I've drifted away from God. At some point, I just feel like it's because I have drifted away and I feel lonely. I feel like I should go back to God. Sometimes I feel like I should cry it out. You know, when I cry, sometimes I feel better. Seriously. So when I feel lonely, sometimes I go back to my room, I pray and I cry. After that, I sing. Like, I love singing. After that, I sing and everything is okay. If you love cooking, why not go online, search cooking skills, learn new skills, all those things, rather than sitting alone and wondering, like, am I all alone in this world? That
Yes.
really adds to your depression. Yeah, so I feel like you should always have that person that you can share with, that person you trust.
Trust Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, after Jesus, there is somebody you should share with, because when you share, you feel better. So
Yeah.
don't lock it up. When you lock it up, it only adds to your depression.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's true.
And don't share with everybody. And
Don't share with everybody.
don't share with everybody. Because they are best friend. Also have a
Yeah.
best friend.
Yes,
They are best friend and best friend. That's sharing.
that's
And I choose together.
that's true. That's true.
So you can't share with them that I just am unpopular. That we are all just they don't know about us.
Those G's you don't tell
Don't tell
anybody.
them.
Don't tell anybody.
Then the person carrying out the G's about telling
The
the
Larissa said I should not tell anybody, but I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody.
I'm not that. Mama will tell me, I'm telling this, but don't tell your mother. Hey,
Straight
as
to your
it's
mother.
finished like that, Mama. Message not text, don't tell them that I told you. So all of us in the house know the gist, but nobody's telling me. Nobody's telling me the other end, but we know what's happening. So
All right. Let's have a short break. Let's have a short break and we'll be right back. Let's still watch this video again.
Hi Jude. Please, how can I deal with loneliness? I think I need a boyfriend. Sometimes I feel so sad because everyone around me has someone they can lean on. I feel so alone. What should I do?
Hi Sandra. Well, this is what I think. Learn these 3 tips to overcoming the feeling of loneliness.
Please tell me.
Firstly, you must understand that relying on someone to give you the comfort and peace you ought to give yourself is already setting yourself up for a heartbreak and disappointment. You automatically become a leech to other people, hence a burden to them, and you risk getting used by people who won't value you. And it's because you don't value your own self. You don't think you're good enough for your own self. People with such mentalities are toxic to those around them.
Yes, I think you're right. So what must I do? I want to
to your own strengths and values rather than paying attention just to your flaws. So you don't need a boyfriend to get rid of the feeling of loneliness and boredom. You need yourself. But there are other things that can help. Number 1. Find a hobby. If all you do daily is browse the internet for anything fun, or lay in bed and sulk, or spend time with friends that only remind you of what depresses you, you can't be better. You must find a hobby. Something that can help you express yourself and help you enjoy your own company. Number 2. Find a passion. You must set goals and achieve them. That can help boost up your level of self-confidence at every level of success. Set daily, weekly, monthly and even yearly visions for yourself. That way you can even be selective with the kind of people you keep around you. This will keep you busy and help take away boredom, hence loneliness. Finally, number 3. Find good friends. Some emotions do not help with loneliness, I bet you. Like the emotional attachment with a lover. That doesn't help, but the emotions shared with a true friend who loves you as much as you love them is priceless. Find a true friend or friends who understand you, who are supportive, who are helpful and who can get you off that bed of sorrow. Dress you up and make you do things that you will probably regret. Try these 3 things and I believe it will greatly help. When you are comfortable with being alone and yet not lonely, you will be a better partner in every relationship.
Thank you very much, Jude Wonders. I will do just that, and I am sure my life will change.
Yes, you're right. Every emotion can change if you change the environment that stirs up these emotions.
And we are back. We are back. All right. I think there is one very important thing that I said. That I said when you can learn to please yourself, when you can learn to be alone but not lonely, when you can learn to be happy with yourself, you'll be the better partner in every relationship. You'll be the better partner in every relationship. Okay, Rafi Barnes, thank you. I think we'll talk. You will join some other day then. I think if you can learn to be happy with yourself, be self-contented, be happy with yourself, then definitely you'll be the better partner in every relationship. That's a fact. You'll be the better partner. Why? Because it's always a problem when you as a person, you always keep getting angry. You always keep getting angry the moment A or B or C is not texted you today. You're like, you don't care about me no more. You don't care about me no more. You're not checking on me anymore. You get it? Why? Because you feel like there's that certain level. If you watch the show Latest to Mama Z, there is this story of the young girl. Just watch the show later on. I think maybe after this I may play the story, so get to watch it. There's a story of the young girl who is in a relationship with her boyfriend and she's pregnant for the guy. And because the guy gets up one point in time and he's very busy, he doesn't text her. And then this girl gets up and starts flirting around with her friend, with a guy who is asking her out. And she starts flirting, but she's 3 months pregnant for her boyfriend. Yes, but because she's bored and she's lonely. And her boyfriend was not giving her time and attention that she desired. So what did she do? She started flirting around with this other guy and then lied to the guy that is his baby. That is his baby in order to keep the guy around. You see the extent to which people can go because they are lonely, because they need company. I was talking with another girl yesterday and she was like, she has never been single for more than 2 months. She has never been single for more than 2 months. And her reason is this. She likes the attention. That's her point. She's like, she likes the attention. She likes the emotional attachment. She likes the good morning baby text. She likes the late night chats, the how you doing. She likes it. She enjoys it. So she cannot see herself being lonely. She cannot see herself being alone. Like she can't. She doesn't like, and that's a problem. That's it.
That boy wrote this all the time. Even in red, all will be discussing 24/7.
It's a problem.
So the night doesn't text you that.
It's not a problem. We are done. This boy doesn't care about me anymore. He doesn't care about me anymore. And it's not supposed to be so. It's not supposed to be so. At every point in time, you should be able to love your company and be able to make yourself happy. Enjoy your own company, make yourself happy. And I think that will help get rid of that feeling of loneliness. The first thing which I said was make Jesus, find Jesus. Find Jesus, find the Holy Spirit. I think that's the point we've overemphasized on. Find Jesus. Number 2, get a hobby. Find something you can do that can keep your mind busy. Find something you can do that can keep your mind busy. It's very important. And number 3 was surround yourself with right friends and family. Right friends, not boyfriends or girlfriends. Just right and besties and
love for life. Bro.
See, surround yourself with right people. The right friends, the right family, people who are kind. People whom you can trust. And sometimes it's hard to find those people. So that's why I always say family. Family is the best. I think if you apply those 3 things in your life as a person, it's going to help get rid of that feeling of loneliness. We're going to round up the show here. But nevertheless, I think when our network is more stable, we're going to have the opinions of many other people later on during the evening, maybe in the evening or maybe tomorrow. We may come back again with the same topic, dealing with loneliness. So we get experiences from other people. Thank you very much for watching and keep following Ablaze TV.
Thank you.